talking about kindness and why we need to invite more kindness into our life. Kind of sounds like my mom's advice.
Yeah, you know what? We don't talk about kindness enough. It costs nothing, it's available to us at any time, and it's transformative. And we know that words have power. They can lift people or they can push them down. And so, why not use our powers for good and use more kind words that lift others? And there's a few other reasons that kindness is so important. It's a mood changer. You want to change your mood? Do something nice. And then that niceness, those vibes, it comes back to you. Doing good makes us feel good. And when we are kinder, we experience more happiness and more joy. And it's that karma boomerang that always comes back like tenfold. And more kindness also means more opportunities. When you are kind, you will get more opportunities because people want to do things for and with kind people. So it's in our best interest to be nicer. And kindness creates a ripple effect. Just like negative behavior can spread, so can kindness. And so when we are kind, we have the ability to create this wave of kindness and profound impact with one simple kind act.
Okay, well, I love it already. I mean, it sounds like a theory, but is there actually science behind this?
There is. Now, have you heard of the helper's high?
No.
Okay. So psychologists have identified that there's a state of euphoria reported by people that do more charitable activities. They call it the helper's high because what happens is there's these endorphins that get produced in the brain after you do something good for someone else that creates this blissful state of elevated happiness. And so helper's high is the positive emotions that follow when you are in service to other people or you do something kind. In addition, there was a study done years ago where researchers gave participants $20 to spend either on themselves or others before the end of the day. They measured the participants' happiness before giving them the money and then after they spent the money. And what they found was that the people that spent the money on others were happier than those who used the money for their own needs.
Hmm.
And so isn't that crazy?
Well, yeah, I have to say I've actually experienced that high. I've never had a word, or a name attached to it. But yeah, you do feel good when you give back, when you are kind to somebody else.
Always. I've never not felt good after doing something for someone else, or to your point, giving money or a random act of kindness. I've never felt worse about myself. So yes, this just substantiates that.
Beautiful. Are there some simple ways that we can practice kindness?
There are so many simple ways
I
to
thought
practice
so.
kindness. And one really great one is leave a positive review. We are so quick to write a negative review or not recommend something. But when's the last time that you just took the time to, hey, that barista was amazing, or the drive through was super simple today? Leave a positive review and spread some sunshine. Another thing you can do is compliment a stranger. And I know this might feel uncomfortable, but the other day I was at an event and this woman walked by wearing an amazing rose gold pencil skirt. And I stopped her and I said, I have got to say, your skirt is everything. It is so beautiful. And for 5 minutes, we had a conversation about she wasn't sure she was going to wear it. She really loves it. And we created this connection that wouldn't have happened. Another thing you can do, and I love this one, is start giving your books away. So we all have shelves and closets full of books we've read that just sit there. So now anytime I meet a girlfriend for coffee or lunch or whatever, I bring a couple of books and say, I think you might like these. Super simple. Another thing you can do is leave a generous tip. So instead of the typical $5 or $2 for coffee or $10 for lunch, maybe leave $20, maybe leave $30, but leave more than expected and really make someone's day. And then another great one, and this one's tough. We're so busy, we've got a lot going on, but when you're at Target, when you're at the grocery store, maybe let the person behind you go ahead of you and give them the gift of time. And so showing kindness to others does not have to mean doing something big or life-changing, because oftentimes it's those small acts of kindness that have the most impact. So you don't have to spend like hours volunteering in a formal way to incorporate meaningful kindness in our lives. And so instead of getting so caught up about what about me, we need to do a lot more. What about you? And that changes everything because choosing kindness, like we said, is always possible. And so I want to throw out a challenge for us. What if we committed to helping one person every day? We're kind to someone every single day. Imagine the positive tidal wave that we could create.
Count me in. Absolutely. It is a win-win situation. And I will tell you from my own personal experience, especially when we were in such a world of isolation not too far in the past, one of the things that I practiced was engaging with the grocery store cashier. I always enjoyed asking them how their day was, what was new, what weird items have passed on the belt today. And it always ended in a little bit of a giggle. So that's what I try to do when I'm feeling a little low or wanting to spread a little kindness, is just engaging in conversation with somebody that I normally, would just breeze by.
I love that, because what you're doing, this is another act of kindness we can all do. You saw another human. You saw her or him, right? That's so important, because some people become invisible as, again, we're going about our days. We're so busy. You stopped and you saw them. That's a beautiful kindness.
Well, great to see you, honey. This was a beautiful and uplifting segment. Thank you for spreading a little joy in our corner. Okay, challenge is set, and this is the season that you really want to get out there and spread some kindness. Engage with a stranger, compliment somebody. You will never know where it might lead. And again, it is a win-win situation.